dragon flying over the Green Army, the high towers. We know who that is now, right? They've been leaving us little tiny Easter egg crumbs all throughout the season. Darren with Tessarion. So they said an episode ago that Tessarion just took to wing. It's still a young dragon, but he's flying now and can be ridden. And that was Darren on Tessarion. So I'm here for Pookie and Pookiettes and all of that. Let's go. Let's get it.
Yeah, for me, it was interesting because having read the book, it's the small innuendo things that you pick up in there, like you Ulf White. Like, of course, somebody will act like Ulf White if you gave him a dragon. This, like, when I said it, I was like, this is like the episode of Chappelle's show when they gave reparations out. Of course, he would act like this if he was making, like, if you just gave him $10 million and just said you get to hang out with Bill Gates. What you think he gonna act like? He gonna act like that, and that
he was poor around poor people.
And everybody know I'm a Tywin Lannister fan, man. I love Tywin, and seeing why Tywin stands on business because of the way his family has acted in the past, you understand why Tywin stands on business so hard in general, because of the way that the Lannisters kind of moved in the past. So to me, it was great background character stuff for me, but I could get a casual person, be like, man, I wanted more. It was more like, oh, I get these backstories of things that I've always thought about within it. So I really liked the episode. I really liked it.
Me too.
And it got Damon up out of Harrenhal, which is what we've been talking about for about 6 episodes on the show. Like, when is he gonna leave? But to me, and they could have got to that, and we could talk about that in a second, but they could have got to the Damon going to the Woodwood tree and seeing all the different future of everything going on. They could have got to that faster than what we went through. But I guess it's the whole thing of, like, maybe Damon needed to really see, like, oh, I'm not really built for this. I was thinking about that. Like, maybe he needed, because he's not to rule to govern. We talked about this before, where a lot of these characters don't know how to govern. Like how we talked about with Oscar last episode, where he doesn't know how to govern. Like, Damon don't know how to govern. He's know how to fight. Like, I just know how to lead men and fight in the battle. I can't do the day-to-day, the sheep thing. Like, remember with Aegon, the first episode, he's like, yeah, I'm arguing on sheep. You get some more sheep. I'm like, hey, we ain't got no sheep. Oh, dang, my bad. I already promised some sheep. Those things, I think that Damon is not a governor. He's a fighter. So that's what I really like this episode. I really did.
I mean, you're not wrong. Of course, Jaime Lannister loves Brienne of Tarth because, his great-great-grandfather was dealing with the manly lady, It makes sense now.
That also is a departure from the book. That's also a departure in the books. That character was written as a man. And so, like you said, the showrunners have been taking kind of liberties with the source material, which has turned out so far to be pretty dope. I don't have any complaints. And that brought that interaction with the commander of the naval fleet, brought some levity, some humor to it, right? The fact that she was literally whooping his ass in that mud pit. And then, hey, yeah, you feast on the flesh of our enemies. He's like, what? No. And she's like, oh, you're going to insult my house? I'm just fucking with you. But I do want you to impregnate all my wives. Like, it was so random, so funny, and it just brought a moment of levity.
He sounded like Tyrion when he was singing. He sounded like, I looked down for a second. I was like, that sounds like Tyrion singing.
Yeah. It was super well written and just a moment of just, we can breathe a little bit, right? We know what's to come. And this was just a fun moment. And also what he say, all I want is a bath and some wine. What are we still talking about here? None of this stuff is mine to give you. I can't grant you the stepstones. Aemond's going to probably fucking kill me when I bring this even up to him, because he has a lack of impulse control that is breathtaking out here. So, but yeah, I'll wrestle you in the mud pit. Sure. Let's go do it.
I'm in a wild boy. He just burned up some shit for no reason. He was just like, They got 3 dragons. They got some new dragons. We ain't got none. I'm gonna just burn. I was like, damn, bro. Hey, and Helena snapped on his ass, bro. You right.
Her moment of clarity.
You won't change anything. She snapped on his ass. Hey, me and the wife was at the crib. Like we wound that shit. We was like, nah, we gotta see that again. Like she stood on business. Whatever.
And she stopped talking in riddles. she stopped talking in riddles, right? All of her other iterations of, he'll have to close an eye. I fear the beast beneath the boards. I'm scared of the rats. They were all really ambiguous prophecies, and maybe her not having learned to control her visions or to order her visions.
Bingo.
And so now with Daemon touching the weirwood tree for the vision to show itself to him, the fact that Helena was able to astral project into his vision indicates just how powerful she is. And now she's speaking full sentences like, hey, listen, I saw you burn our brother. You let him fall. You're good. Aegon will sit the throne again. It'll be a wooden throne. You're going to be lost in the God's eye. You'll never be heard from again. He's like, I can have you killed. And she's like, won't change anything. Like, real talk. That was, hey, sis, I said episodes ago, I'm like, they're going to start giving her more material to say because she's so powerful in her own right. And this is like her character arc coming full circle.
It's interesting because in the book, she's not this vocal in the book. She's kind of been like a restricted character. But go ahead, Sleep.
No, I really like the majority of the changes. Take that back. It's not even changes. We discussed this off screen. The book is written like a history book, like this, and whoever writes the book gets to write what happened. American history or history period is written in the view of the victor. So a lot of times that ain't really what happened for real. It's like we get to see what really went on. Because like the book, there is no POVs, it's just like hearsay.
Yeah.
Like it's somebody saying this is what happened. So getting to see it kind of play out has been really dope. Of course, I would love to have seen Nettles and other things like that they did not include. But I've enjoyed the season, if that makes sense. Minus Harrenhal. That was long as hell.
That was
Harrenhal
long.
was long.
That was long.
But other than that, I've enjoyed the season very much.
That actually may be a good point, Sleep, as far as to refute what people who are dogmatic about following canon is, because the book is written as a history textbook. With some of the deeds and some of the lore may not actually line up to how it actually played out. George Washington cut down a cherry tree. It's like, well, he didn't really do that. But it's something that actually makes the history books. And so it does kind of present itself an opportunity for the writers to take liberties or to expound on some ideology or some thought process or some story without truly breaking canon, as long as it can reasonably be tied back to it, So that's a good point. I hadn't thought about that, but that's a really good point. Thanks for that.
I viewed this entire series. There was no exposition. There was no POVs. There was no seeing characters talk to each other. We just got such and such said this happened. The Maesters, and I think the Maesters, for the most part, were very pro-green. Like they were very misogynistic, very pro-green. So to see how it really happened and how they, usurped her and to see how it went down, I'm taking it that way. I could be wrong. I mean, I love Thrones. I named my daughter Arya, so I love Game of Thrones. I love this whole thing. But to see how it kind of plays out, I've thoroughly enjoyed it, like 100%.
Same.
So let's dive a little bit into what's going on in King's Landing here, since we're already there we're already there in this conversation. So Larys Strong is talking to young Aegon and says, hey, check this out, man. Why don't we just dip and go on a little vacation, and they'll rehab the home, and we'll come back, and then we could just reclaim it on what is it called? What it was, squatters' rights. We just come in on squatters' rights and come back to King's Landing on squatters' rights and just post up. What do y'all think about him making that move with Aegon of saying like, hey, I saved up all my bread. Let's just go kick it in Essos. Remember my bread? I didn't put it in there. I put it in Bravos. Bravos give you 18% returns on investment. Bravo. So my money good. It might be a Ponzi scheme. I don't know, but they said 18%. So we can roll the Essos and hang out. You need to do that because your brother gonna kill you, and if he gonna kill you, or Rhaenyra gonna take it over and kill you too. So you might as well dip out and then come back as the king later on. What did y'all think about that whole scenario of them discussion?
I think he probably is the master of taking advantages of situations. He's explaining this mastermind plan on how he can regain the throne. Baby Aegon is talking about his burnt off peewee and the pinging down his leg. They're having two completely conversations. He's talking about leaving. Aegon is talking about his body being deformed. And, he's just like, he's not in a proper space to make a decision, but he doesn't have anyone else to trust, so he leaves. I just want to know, is anyone going to give Aegon Jr. a half-face mask? Like, I'm not going to be satisfied that he gets his daddy's, face mask situation. I'm like, how ironic is it that they both get burned to a crisp this side of the face? I feel like that needs to be put in the series somewhere, common viewer opinion, but but no, I think it's sad that he's forced to trust him, because even if he's not trying to overtly harm him, he is clearly not a trustworthy individual. Like, his character is solely based around schemes, secrets, and frauds. So.
But he's not wrong. Larys isn't wrong. So there's the rub. That
don't make him right, though.
Two things can be true at once. Larys can be right about Aemond plotting to kill him, because he already did try to kill him, right? That much has been established. And all of his earlier machinations as far as moving the money from the seat in Harrenhal into the Bravos Bank, like, he was clearly planning for this kind of eventuality. He just didn't know that it was going to be this specifically. And like you said, Aegon is talking on a whole different wavelength for obvious reasons, right? He's like, I'm alone, I'm deformed. Did they tell you? Would you say my junk burnt up too? I can't even pee like a dude anymore, which was a wildly descriptive illustration, and I'm glad they didn't show it, because that was enough. That was enough.
He said it's split like a sausage on the spit.
On a spit, and I don't even possess one of those, but I felt the pain, right?
Yeah,
so it was wildly descriptive, but Larys wasn't necessarily wrong. His intentions can be questioned, absolutely, but he wasn't wrong in saying, "Hey, we got to go," while everybody else is distracted, while Aemond is out here burning the Riverlands, and throwing a temper tantrum, while Alicent is in the secret portal between here and Dragonstone. Like, we gotta go, because really, real talk, think about it. Alicent essentially acquiesced to a son for a son with Rhaenyra, so his life really is forfeit at this point. It was of the utmost importance that he skedaddle out of King's Landing.
Yeah, I agree. I just hate that it was with him. Personally,
Yeah, I gotta be honest with you. Larys kind of grew on me over the season.
Stop playing, man.
He kind of grew on me. You know why? Because there's something about how I mean, I get it. Okay, listen. He's a slimy cat. He's not invited to the bachelor party. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not, like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying that. What I am saying though is, I like, it's like, he's like that racist restaurant that lets you know it's racist. It's like, yo, you don't want me here. I'm cool. Like, I won't waste time being here. I won't waste time trying to order from you. Like, I completely understand. I know exactly where I stand with you. And with him, you stand so long as he ain't got a better option. That's where you know. And so, if he over here trying to ride with you, he don't have a better option. So you can at least judge how serious that threat is, because he would try to better deal you the second he has the opportunity.
Second.
So,
which is my problem with him, because you just gave the justification for people to vote for Trump. That's my point. Like, that's literally the reason black people out here voting for Trump, because
and he's gonna get 50 million votes. So I'm saying,
I mean, but that's my point.
There are 50 million people going to vote for him. So I'm saying that, you know why? Because they know where he stands. They know. I'm not going to expect. You know what I'm saying, for illegals to come across this border. He gets elected.
To me, Larys has always been evil Tyrion. Like, if Tyrion was evil, that would be Larys. Like, that's the vibe. Like, if you mix Tyrion and Littlefinger together, if you put them together, you have Larry. Because of course he's lived a hard life. He's deformed. He has the club foot, and he done been through some shit. But whereas Tyrion could like joke about it and like, he still gets some chicks and he just kind of living, doing his thing. Larry's is like resentful and
Right.
vengeful and like out for self. He really wanted to be the hand, and he ain't got that. So he gonna keep whoever he can ride with to get to that is what he's trying to get to. And
Agree.
I mean, you're right. He tried to, get with Aemond, and Aemond was like, "No, I'm good. Bye." And then, now he's like, "Well, guess it's Aegon. This is all I got." What's
Yeah.
crazy is the queen actually has his nephews. His nephew would be king if he
Yeah.
would have picked the other side. And but he picked the horse and he stuck with the greens. He can't really slide to the other side.
But let's actually talk about that as a what if. If Larys, so let's just say everyone knows that they're Harlan Strong. What's his name? Yeah.
Harwin.
Oh yeah. It's
Harlan.
that Luke and Jace are Strongs. But in order for him to really have any power, someone would have to acknowledge it. So the question becomes: could he have the level of influence that he believes he should have with unacknowledged familial ties to them? Because they definitely could use them. But first off, Damon would never trust them. Period. Period. Point blank. And then secondly, would Luke or Jace, having him know the questionableness of their lineage, would they embrace him, or do you think that they would shun him?
Definitely a
They'd be in
trumper.
danger.
He doesn't want a
They'd be
queen
in
to be.
danger.
He doesn't want a woman to be king or queen.
Mhm.
So that
Mhm.
right there, he'll never go with her just because she got a vagina. Like he's never gonna slide that way. Like he
Mhm.
can't even wrap his mind around that. He killed his daddy and his brother, bro. Like this
Right,
nigga's no good. You
right.
like him is crazy to me. Like he's no good.
I didn't
Hmm.
say I liked him. I said what I did like about him. I'm
You said,
saying
and you
like,
said he's thrown on you, which but that's what makes this season so great. Like I said, I've said it 100 times. It dives really deep into the character motivations, right? The character development this season was second to none. And while Larys is still a piece of shit, right, son of a bitch, for murdering his own daddy and his brother, we're starting to understand why he feels the way that he did and why he moves the way that he does. It's part resentment, it's part being overlooked, it's part, everybody looks down on me anyway. So let me give him a reason. Let me be that dude, right? And also he controls the money, he controls the purse. So he who has the gold makes the rules.
yeah,
It dives into the motivation for me.
I know. I'm here.
It's,
Okay,
it's,
I'm gonna be very clear on this point. Everyone in this show is absolutely awful, right? Okay, everyone, like the overall goal in this show is for you to either threaten and impose your will over your other family members or outright murder them. So I'm saying, like, yeah, he killed his brother and his dad. He did, and that's bad in our world. But in this world, everyone's trying to kill other family members. The whole war is just trying to kill other family members here. So I'm saying
Yeah.
that in a world where we already accept it as being true, then it's like I can understand what his motivations are. It's like it's like fucking what's the guy we all hate? What's his name?
Which one?
Kristen
Be
Cole?
specific.
Christian Cole. Yes, thank you.
oh
It's
my
like him.
god.
Yeah, it's like him. It's like him. Like, do I hate the character? Absolutely, I hate the character. But there is a good. But
No. Kristen Cole is different in this. I had sympathy for Kristen Cole the last couple episodes,
that's what I'm saying.
and I don't like him at all.
That's what I'm
Fuck
saying.
him.
I'm saying I'm right, but that's
Hey,
the whole thing.
wait a
The whole
minute.
point is
Wait a
the whole point
minute.
is that we get to the point where we go fuck this character, but then we go, well, we don't realize. But if you look at it from the character's perspective, this dude thought he was doing what was right. And then he thought he absolutely betrayed his honor and everything he thought he could be because he fell in love with Rhaenyra, and Rhaenyra was like, "Nah, fam, this is just hot girl summer. I'm about to go do me, and you about to be out here doing your other stuff." So it hurt his heart. So then he gets with Allison, and then realized that Allison was just hot girl summer too. I saw a meme that said Kristen Cole was the father that never was because everybody wants to abort his baby.
Everybody drink that moon tea with Christian Cole. Don't nobody want his babies, okay? She don't want the baby. You are not the daddy. You are not the daddy. You are not the daddy.
I'm not
Love
saying
that.
he's right. But I'm saying that I could understand him feeling the type of way about that. That's all I'm saying.
I truly believe that Rhaenyra would have never tried to kill anybody in her family. This all was manufactured by Plato. I call Otto Plato because he's been plotting.
And that was a snippet from our show, Thrones Be the Game, that is on the Lando Calrissian Experience channel. If you like that, like to talk about Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon, even comic books, movies, film, we talk about all that over the Lando Calrissian Experience, the sister channel. Go on over there, subscribe now, check that out. Especially if you like this, we got so much more over there, though. Peace.